Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Rick, and I am here with a bit of a hodgepodge pickup video. I'm going to divulge the secret spot where I've been buying some of the stuff I've talked about recently on my channel. In addition, I have a pickup from eBay, Amazon, MVD, Warner Brothers Archives. And then first, something I forgot to hold up when doing the screenshot. I actually just got this yesterday from my little sister. She said she had this in a loot crate and wasn't really interested in it, so asked me if I want it, and I said I have the perfect spot next to his co-star in the film, and I would gladly add this to my collection, and that is Dr. Emmett Brown, this being the Back to the Future loot crate exclusive pop, holding the jumpers for the clock tower. So yeah, I have a Marty exclusive pop that I will put this right next to. So thank you to Sarah for sending this over my way to add to the collection. So like I said, I kind of teased it in the beginning of the video that I was going to share my top secret spot with you guys where I've been getting some very cool very cool titles with you, in my opinion, very cool titles. So I recently, well, during lockdown, I discovered that shopgoodwill.com does auctions on their website, and the thing they do, and I've been buying a lot of bigger lots recently, is they lot up a lot of movies. So you can buy like 50 or 100 Blu-rays. There's no returns, so you're crossing your fingers for condition. I've received a lot of stuff, missing DVDs, DVDs horribly scratched, Blu-rays not in the greatest condition, but I've also received some good stuff that I was able to recoup all of my money for, that I spent with Goodwill's website. So it's all done on an auction right on their website, and I've been buying quite a bit from there. It seems like more and more people have become familiar with this website, so I pretty much have stopped using it because I've had much more success recently just sticking with Facebook, going back out hunting. So I've given Goodwill a break. Plus it seems like the pricing has skyrocketed on stuff, so it's not as much of a top secret thing. It seems like people are finally realizing that Goodwill does auctions, and there's sometimes great deals. I let one slip through my hands the other day because I hadn't checked the site for a few weeks and threw in a bid last minute, and it was too last minute. So this is what I got from lots at Shop Goodwill. Like I said, this stuff, I mean, technically probably cost me like $1 to $2 a title, but I've recouped all my money and then some from the Goodwill lots. So however you guys want to view it, I'm into stuff at zero, technically. The first title was actually one that Bridget wanted to keep, one that she enjoys watching. I think Dave and Sean actually watched this recently, so I'll have to check this out at some point. I've never seen it. I know it's based on books, and it is Ramona and Beezus, starring Joey King, who's recently starred in The Kissing Booth 2 on Netflix. She plays Ramona, and then of course Selena Gomez plays Beezus in this film. So I've not seen this movie. Is anybody else in it? Bridget Monahan, Jennifer Goodwin, Josh Duhamel, Sandra Oh. So yeah, there's other, recognizable names. It's rated G. So yeah, we'll have to check this out at some point. Like I said, Bridget really seemed to enjoy this movie, and so we kept it. The artwork is a little faded on the back, but like I said, it didn't technically cost out of pocket. So this next title caught my eye. It's something I've never seen, but I saw it has Michael Rappaport in the movie, which really caught my eye. It also stars Emily Watson. But yeah, I have not seen this, and it just looked like an interesting movie. Let me know if anybody has seen this down below. Should I prioritize it, push it to the top of the to-watch list? It is Little Boy. Like I said, it sounds really good, and stars Emily Watson, Tom Wilkinson, and as you can see there, Michael Rappaport is on the front cover as well. PG-13, hour and 47-minute runtime. So Little Boy, any good? Prioritize? Not? let me know, guys. Next up, I've seen this movie. It's an excellent football documentary about a high school, I believe. It's been a while since I've seen it. A high school in inner city Memphis, if I'm not mistaken. And it's called Undefeated. Like I said, an excellent sports documentary about a football team in Memphis. I think it's like a 2-hour runtime. It's a very good film. I definitely recommend that movie. Another inspirational sports movie, this time from Disney, and starring Kevin Costner, and that is McFarlane USA. I really enjoyed this movie as well. I don't think Bridget's seen this one, but I enjoyed it when I watched it and wanted to add that to the collection, so I grabbed that. This one here I've never seen. I've heard great things. I know Bridget's seen it and said it was pretty good. Stars Eric Bana, Cate Blanchett, and Saoirse Ronan, and that is Hannah with the slipcover. And yes, I can say Saoirse Ronan. I know how to pronounce her name. So yeah, I'm excited about checking this one out. I know there's an Amazon series also based on the story. But yeah, I haven't seen Hannah, so added that to the collection. And this one was a bit of an upgrade for me. I've never seen 2 of these movies. I've seen one of them, but I only owned one. So I figured why not keep this version and get rid of the single title. And I actually just sold the single title, I think, for like $4. So once again, making money and keeping the movie and adding additional movies. And that is a Nicolas Cage triple feature of Joe, which is the movie I own I've been wanting to watch. It's Nicolas Cage and Ty Sheridan. This one is intriguing to me. And Nicolas Cage and John Cusack, also Vanessa Hudgens. Haven't seen Frozen Ground. I feel like that's a Dollar Tree title. And then Lord of War, which I have seen, which is Nicolas Cage and Jared Leto and Ethan Hawke, I believe, in this film. Yep. So that was pretty cool. Nicolas Cage triple feature. And like I said, I own Joe. I've been wanting to watch it. So I figured why not add these other movies to the collection and take up the same amount of shelf space. So we have that there. Next up, a movie I haven't watched since I was a little kid, to be totally honest. And I remember it being pretty corny, but part of me wants to revisit it and see how bad it is now, some 30 years later. And that is Warren Beatty in Dick Tracy. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. It's been a long time since I've watched Dick Tracy. You also have Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, Madonna, and like I said, Warren Beatty as Dick Tracy. And then last but not least, from the auction lots, this is a movie where I definitely did not enjoy it as much as the first one. However, the completionist in me decided I'll keep this because it wasn't bad. It was middle of the road for me, but this one was still sealed and came with a slipcover, so I decided why not keep it. And that is Happy Death Day to You. I think we're getting a third one of these. So, I mean, compared to a lot of the Blumhouse movies, I enjoy this one. So, like I said, the first one's a superior movie in my opinion. But this was a fun one. It's just, I'm getting tired of the multiverse stuff as an excuse in a lot of movies personally. So, Happy Death Day to You. Like I said, brand new. Factory sealed. The rub's not very loud on this one. Then next up, this was from eBay. When I took the photo, this was out of the bubble mailer that it came in. So the issue with this movie is I got it brand new factory sealed, and when I got it from the post office, I fixed it. The disc was loose. So I reached out to the seller right away, and it's a DVD, so I'm like, man, the DVD is going to be scratched. Like, I keep finding this movie, but it's always scratched. I found it at 2 thrift stores in the last week. Sealed. Both copies. Both discs loose. So I don't know if it's just a problem with the cases this movie was in. But I have a feeling this movie is going to become harder to find with everything going on. And I know it's not a great film by any stretch of the imagination, but I just want to rewatch it because I remember enjoying the absurdity of it. So I reached out to the guy on eBay. He contacted me back. He goes, Why don't you open it and let me know? And then he decided, he was like, you know what? I'm just going to refund you your money. He goes, if I were buying a brand new movie and I received it and the disc was loose, I'd be unhappy and want to send it back. So he said, keep it. Cross your fingers that it's not damaged. Here's your money back. I was like, that's awesome, because I would, you know, as an eBay seller, I would try to do the same thing and, you know, make sure the customer was happy and want to come back and do more business with me. So what did I get? There was all the hubbub, and technically didn't cost anything, even though I got it for $6, which is frustrating because I see it out hunting all the time, but it is always horribly scratched for some reason. It is the unrated and uncut version of White Chicks, starring Sean and Marlon Wayans, but also starring Jamie King, Frankie Faison, John Hurd, and if you guys watched Boy Meets World or other things that she now appears in, Madeline Ward, who played Rachel on Boy Meets World, was in White Chicks as well. She played, I believe, one of the daughters that goes in hiding. So I definitely want to revisit this in the very near future and just see, you know, if it's as bad as I remember, or maybe, I don't know. Terry Crews is in this. Terry Crews is great. He sings Vanessa Carlton. So I'm not expecting a 5-star movie, but I like stupid movies sometimes, and I'm excited to revisit White Chicks. Next up, if you guys watch my review videos, I've already talked about this movie. We've already watched it. It was in the hat. It got pulled from the hat. I got this as a blind buy on... That was a terrible throw. A blind buy on Amazon. I think this was $15 in 4K, and I was very excited when we received it that it came with a slipcover, and I love this movie. I was very happy with my first time watch. I'll definitely revisit it, and that is Pan's Labyrinth in 4K. Like I said, I believe the June video, part 3 or part 4, I talked about this movie and talked about it again in the 4th part video, because this was my surprise of the month in June. So hopefully this video comes out after that one, or I just ruined the surprise of the month. Anyway, next up, this giant box from MVD that is very local to me, even more local to Dave, and it features 2 whole movies. Many of you guys might know that they had an Arrow like closeout sale. I only own one Arrow title, and that is the 16 can nope. It is the Weird Science Steelbook. I thought about getting 16 candles, and there wasn't really a ton in this sale that interested me, but I decided to basically buy one of two movies that I owned standard, but decided would upgrade to Arrow, even though I've never seen either one, just because they were so cheap, and to own an Arrow release, more than one, would be a cool thing for the collection. So the first title, like I said, I've never seen this movie. I hate clowns, but I know these clowns are pretty over the top and not as creepy, although, I don't know. Anyway, that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like I said, I've never seen this movie. Not expecting much, but it's the cool Arrow release, so I decided why not upgrade my standard Blu-ray, which I, for some reason, already own this movie, even though I had never seen it and don't love clowns, but maybe I'll love this. I know my little sister, Sarah, just watched it, and she said it's so bad. I loved it. So maybe I'll feel the same way. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And then this one, I've heard great things. I heard it has one of the best like car chase scenes of all time. And this was only like $5. I think Killer Clowns was like 7 or 8. And that is Ronin, starring Robert De Niro and Jean Reno. I believe I said his name right, maybe not. But yeah, I recently had gotten this sealed on regular Blu-ray and ended up selling that for $5. So upgraded to the standard version for free, basically, minus the shipping. So yeah, Ronin with the slipcover, which has the weird cutout like a lot of the UK stuff does, but Yeah, I am excited to add 2 more Arrow video titles to the collection. And then last, but definitely not least, a Warner Archives package. So, I told Bridget that the Warner Archives sale was going on, and yeah, she ordered some stuff. I wanted to show the things off in the video that she ordered, because most of it she picked out. There was one title that we had gotten from my dad that he's been looking for a long time. I haven't seen three of these movies. Yeah, I haven't seen 3 of these movies. One is a childhood favorite, one's a TV show. And I thought it was kind of cool too. If you bought more than 4 titles, they automatically adjusted the price to $11 each for any additional title. So you didn't have to buy like 8 or 12. You could buy 5 or 7. So we ended up buying, or she bought 6 titles. Like I said, I'm going to show 5 here, and 1 was a gift. So the first movie that she got, and I personally have never heard of this movie, but she was very excited about this one, and that is a DVD of War of the Buttons. I don't know much about this one. It does not list any cast at all on here. No, no cast at all. I believe she says it takes place in Ireland, because when we watched The Commitments, it kind of like made her think of this movie, because we were talking about Irish cinema and how important that movie seems to be to Ireland some years later. And she ordered War of the Buttons, which, like I said, I've never seen, but, you know, I will check out sometime for sure. She spoke pretty highly of it. Next up is a Blu-ray from Warner Archives, another movie I've never seen, but this stars Judy Garland herself, and that is Meet Me in St. Louis. I believe my sister, when she watches this video, will freak out. I believe she loves this musical. I think it was one she used to watch all the time with my grandmother when she was younger. She would watch Shirley Temple movies with her. I would watch Howard the Duck and UHF and the first 20 minutes of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But yeah, I think this was a movie she would watch all the time with her, and just the movie she still loves. So Bridget picked that out. Bridget also picked out this movie, which I've never seen. I've seen the reveal in this, and I know they're remaking this film. Another Warner Archive Blu-ray in the collection, and that is The Witches, which stars Angelica Houston. Who else is in this one? That looks like Rowan Atkinson. Yep, Rowan Atkinson's in it. They're not really listing a lot of actors or actresses on here. But yeah, Angelica Houston, Rowan Atkinson is in here, and I believe the book was written by Roald Dahl, who did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the BFG and other, you know, children's classics. So I've never seen The Witches. I guess now I have more of a reason to check it out. It looks like it's only 92 minutes, so it should be a fairly easy watch. Next up was the title Bridget and I were both very excited about. One that we both loved when we were kids, and we've talked about before. And the fact that we could order it and check it out now, thanks to Warner Archive, was very exciting. And it stars James Belushi, Kelly Lynch, and Allison Porter, and that is Curly Sue. Like I said, this movie probably came out 90, 91? 1991. Written, produced, and directed by John Hughes, the late great. And was just very, very excited that Curly Sue was available, and we definitely wanted to add that to the collection. So Curly Sue, very cool. And then last but not least, I didn't realize this was a Warner Archives title. So now I have seasons 1, 2, and 5. I still need to get seasons 3 and 4. Eventually I will get them. Hopefully I can find them cheap at some point. But a show that I absolutely love, and this being the final season of it, I just think it's a very well done show. And that is Ballers Season 5. I know they have a complete series DVD set. But like I said, I own seasons 1 and 2. They're right up on that shelf next to Back to the Future box set that you guys can't see, right by the Batman box set that you can see. But Ballers Season 5, like I said, I love this show. And did not realize the last season was Warner Archives, so I grabbed that. And that's it, guys. That is it for this video. So like I said, some cool stuff from Shop Goodwill, eBay, Amazon, MVD, and the Warner Archives sale. We're going to flip it, and here it comes. We're going to do a one-handed elevator. I feel like showing off. And we're going to go out. You guys can see everything, and back down. And I left one thing out, so we'll leave the elevator there. Leave the elevator there, and Doc Brown. Boom. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave comments. I always try to write back to you guys. Also, be sure to subscribe if you don't already, and hit the bell notification so you guys know when new videos drop from me, Down to Movie Rick. And check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, my eBay page, my Amazon wish list, my Letterboxd page where I rate and review all the movies I watch, Blu-ray.com profile, email address, P.O. box can all be found down below in that description box. So thank you guys for watching. As always, until next time, who's down to movie?